It's time to cue maniacal evil laughter. 2025, folks, it's almost coming to an end. And quite frankly, between you and me, I can't wait to see the back of it. But I'm going to look back at certain events this year that really triggered me for all the right reasons.
YouTube's newest hero is here to save the day. His name, Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Beginning with Ubisoft, because they would not, just like the T-1000 in Terminator 2, let go of you. Every second, Yves Guillemot and his motley crew over at Ubisoft Paris would not stop throttling you with their brand new Assassin's Creed game, unfortunately named Shadows, whose lead protagonist might as well be a shadow in his own right.
Do you think someone might see us?
Maybe.
Do you care?
Not at all.
What a gay day.
When I think about one of the most god-awful events of 2025, yes, I'm talking about Katy Perry and her band of space Karens going off in a Jeff Bezos peanut-shaped rocket, only sadly to return in one piece. One day I will make a video celebrating the demise of Katy Perry and her ilk, because quite frankly, the more women that go to space like them and the more they don't return is better for mankind. And speaking of Amazon's head honcho himself, his wife might be in the new James Bond film. And honestly, Jeff, if you even dare to use Carly Simon's fantastic Bond theme for your new unnamed Bond film, you know what, mate? I know where you live. I've got some frozen fish in my freezer and I can't wait to use them up your damn pooper shooter. Nobody does it better. And speaking of all things 007, shaken not stirred, how about IO Interactive's brand new First Light 007 game, which is coming out next year? Are you excited? I don't think I am anymore, because that game has more diversity check marks against it than your local supermarket in your street. But honestly, when I look at the cast list, it seemed fine, but now, and again, by the way, I've got to preface this, which is not a preface anymore because I'm still rambling on at this stage of the video, but have you seen the IO Interactive Hitman games where they've got these recent updates where Agent 47 is up against Eminem, the rapper? I kid you not, what is this company doing? Just to add fuel to the fire as well, Lenny Kravitz, the legendary rocker himself, is in the brand new game as a baddie, but we know he's not going to be, because you can't make the black man a bad dude anymore in 2026. He's got to be an ambiguous anti-hero kind of guy. I'm all fine with that, and I'm sure Mr. Kravitz will turn in a great performance like he normally does. But I just worry about this game is ticking too many check marks, and on top of that, Gemma Chan of all people, she's a lovely looking lady, but she's going to be Bond's technical advisor. So, oh god, okay, whatever.
Tactical simulation is now operational. Any questions?
Do it! Do it!
Come on, kill me, I'm here! Come on, do it now, kill me!
They really are overemphasizing the DEI, ESG crapology when it comes to making video games. But I will be talking about video games towards the end of this video, folks, so stay tuned, because I know you want to hear what I've got to say about that.
She walks in looking like dynamite. She said, "Now come."
When it came to films, well, there was one sore thumb this year in the summer blockbuster field, that is Superman's James Gunn. And my little ditty right here sums it all up. Perry White is now Perry Black, played by Wendell Pierce.
No.
I actually said that. I don't even withdraw my statement to your honor, because Wendell Pierce is a very fine actor, and the fact that you got him to play essentially a white character, well, you know, it's neither here or there, because again, Zack Snyder gave us Larry Fishburne, a very underused actor in Man of Steel in 2013, but the less said about that, the better. And of course, James Gunn's DC universe doesn't stop bashing you on the head, reminding you that black people do exist in the DCU, because apparently the DCU is the same thing as the real world outside, when the whole point about a fantasy movie is that it's not the real world outside, it's a fantasy movie.
You don't notice anything weird here? I haven't seen a single person of color ever since I've been here.
You sure about that? You sure about that? That's why?
When it comes to my obituaries of 2025, it was a sad year, folks. We recently lost Brigitte Bardot, one of the most iconic, sexy French symbols of the 21st century. Or was it the 20th century? My God, she was an absolutely stunning woman who could actually act. So I think when it comes to measuring her up against Marilyn Monroe, Miss Bardot wins every day of the year for me. And yes, they're both stunning women, but when it comes to the acting, you know who I would actually bat for. And of course, we knew that she retired at the age of 39 in 1973 to become a full-time carer of malnourished and ill-treated animals, and I think that's a very worthwhile cause. But then there's that jagged-edged sword that I think Miss Bardot trips over on when she talks about being photographed too much, being under the spotlight too much. She was a beautiful woman, so unfortunately, Miss Bardot, I would slightly disagree with you there, because you kind of know what you bought and paid for at such an early age in your career, when you knew you wanted to tippy-tappy-toe onto the stage and show the world what you've got. And then certainly you did show the world what you got, and then you got imprisoned for it by your own country of France. But I do actually agree with her on certain, shall we say, aspects of France being invaded by a culture that people aren't a big fan of. So I would actually wholeheartedly agree with her there on that one.
Welcome to the Guild. We have been expecting you.
And when it comes to fallen franchises in the video game world, folks, well, we got to give a special raspberry to Call of Duty Black Ops 7, whose main female protagonist was uglified. She got the Star Wars Outlaws treatment, didn't she? I mean, come on, did that woman actually ask for that?
You serious?
The fall of one franchise and the rise of another in the form of Battlefield 6. Hurrah for that, but will they be able to carry on that magic after the sad demise of Vin Zampella? Well, that remains to be seen. And of course, when it comes to the passings away of people in the video gaming world, I've got to briefly mention here Tomonobu Itakagi, a great gentleman whose characters were more famous than his shenanigans behind the scenes. But as I've said before, and I'll say it again, that man was branded a sort of a sexual monster, a deviant if you like, off screen. But again, everything was consensually done, and as he's a noble Japanese man, I will believe his word that he did not do anything au contraire with the females he was partnered up with. And again, very sad to have lost him. And I've got to give a special mention here to Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa. And of course, as people pointed out in my comment, watch him as Johnny Tsunami, because I think I would actually rather love that from 1999. How did I not know that at all?
Oh, it's beautiful. You can do this place justice, Pono.
And when it comes to movies of 2025, well, I mentioned Superman's James Gunn already. Weapons I actually liked, but my all-time favorite movie of this year is Sisu 2, Road to Revenge, starring the awesome actor whose name I keep forgetting, but my God, he up against Steve Lang was a wonderful sight to behold. Lang playing a communist and playing it too convincingly, if you ask me, was a sight for sore thighs.
Stubborn motherfucker. Unleash hell.
And when it comes to the actual raspberry blowers of moviedom, well, let's think about it. Tron Ares was terrible. Never watched it, but the trailer saved me from going to the cinema, because who the hell wants to see Black Anne Boleyn in another film played by Jodie Turner-Smith?
You doubt our daughter has what it takes.
And Greta Lee, who I've never heard of, but apparently she was in the HBO TV show Girls, which again I never watched because it is called Girls. And then Captain Negro Black America, which was an absolutely catastrophic box office failure. So now that we're dawning upon 2026, what do I hope to see? Well, if you saw my previous video, it's all about Dead or Alive 7. I think that game might be making a bit of an unexpected comeback, and by golly, it should. Tides of Annihilation, this Chinese video game that looks like a mixture of certain RPG titles like Final Fantasy and maybe every other game out there. And it looks promising. I hope that the trailer and the gameplay that we've seen so far, because China at least understands we want to demand gameplay, not just a fancy schmancy cinematic trailer. Have you got that, Jeff Keighley?
Pretty crazy, that's right. Hi, guys.
Guess what, Uncle Jeffrey? I think you're pretty crazy too. Every time I freeze your face, it looks stupider and stupider with each passing dawn of time.
Team that built Apex Legends and Titanfall.
And of course, I'm looking forward to January of 2026 because we're going to get a Fable 4 showcase. And oh my god, I can't wait to see what that unveils for us. These are the guys, Playground Games, who gave us the great Forza Horizon series. And now they're delving into the world of RPGs. So what are you doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? How are you bringing in the year of 2026? Or should that be the rear of 2026? Because again, I'm pretty sure there's going to be lots of assholes permeating the landscape. Before you know it, we'll blow it. And on that one, if I were you and if you were me, and I want to take a big opportunity to say thank you, YouTube, for allowing me to be here for the 6th year in a row on your platform. I'm having a jolly good time, and I'm also having an even equally jollier good time talking to you and you and you and you and certainly you and your lovely friends right there, because you've made me feel so welcome in this community. I felt on a personal note I'm getting better and better in terms of my audio, how I come across, my editing, because I'm a one-man band, just like Leo Sayer.
To my one-man band.
The silly white boy. And anyway, folks, if I were you and if you were me, I will catch you catching me for the return of my brand new video in 2026. Of 2026, because this is going to be...
Massive weapons.
Wanker. Wanker.
Rolling down to Dallas, my wheels provide my palace. Off to New Orleans or who knows where. Places new and ladies too. I'm BJ McKay and this is my best friend.